So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr War Games, and thank you so much to everyone that watched the Dark Magician competitive profile. I thought I would kind of give back to you guys and show you a couple of replays that I played with it, and just to kind of show you it in action. So, before we get started on this video, please smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe so you do not miss out on anything. Now, there was a quick mini locals that I did at the weekend, and I've got a couple of duels to show you and a couple of replays. One's against Gustos, and one's against Plunder Patrol, woohoo! Now, you can see straight away, this is the deck list. I did forget the 1-for-1, really bad, considering that's such a good card for the deck, but this one does also show you the side deck in play and the extra deck. But the idea of this video is just to show you what this deck does in theory, because a lot of people are a bit questionable, like, I don't think it does anything, I think you just smashed the Jet Synchron engine in it. Not true. The satellite synchron is actually really good, guys. Really, really good. And you'll see that in action in a couple of my duels as well. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the first one. So this is the Gusto one. So I'm going to try and keep it as fast forward as possible because, you know, we don't want it to take forever. But obviously you can see from this one, I lost the dice roll and I had to face out a full-on Wind Witch Indestructible Crystal Wing. Luckily, Infinite Impermanence is a card. So Infinite Impermanence, oh, whoa, slow down. So Infinite Impermanence hits the Crystal Wing. The Dark Magic Circle excavates 3. So the excavations were Called by the Grave, Satellite Synchron, I believe, and the Dark Magician. So I put those back to the top of the deck correctly, keeping the Dark Magician in the hand because that's the one I take off the Dark Magic Circle. Now this just comes to show the Dark Magician plays. Now I know what's on the top of my deck, so the way this is going to kind of work from here is I'm going to activate the souls. This is going to reset my deck. I'm going to bring back the Dark Magician, the circle, and then clear off the Crystal Wing. Nice and easy. Apprentice is going to send the Dark Magician to graveyard to get me my third and final Dark Magician from deck. I'm going to Eternal Soul, Eye of Timaeus, my Dark Magician into the Dragon Knight, and then clear off these cards. Now these cards float like no tomorrow. They were the biggest pain in the backside ever. So float. Set the Eternal Soul, and then kind of let my opponent commit. So they go into the Gusto Synchron. Now the way the Synchro works is you take any battle damage, or your opponent takes any battle damage that you would take. So the idea is you normal summon a low level or a low attack monster, and then crash into one of the bigger monsters. So he was going to declare the attack on the Dragon Knight. I then use Eternal Soul, bring that Dark Magician, and get rid of the Synchro. And then kind of go off from here. So this is just to show what Dark Magician can do when they're uninterrupted. So Rod, searching me out, Secret Dark Magic, get rid of a Dark Magician, go into the Dark Magicians, and then Eternal Soul has already been used. And he tries to activate the Gusto card, but he doesn't have 3 Gustos, and it kind of just ends from there. Anyway, we go into game 2. This is where the spice starts coming in. So that's just to show you what Dark Magician does. This shows you so much more right now of what the Synchron engine does. Now, of course, my opponent hasn't opened up. Great, okay? So it happens. But special summon down the Fishuda. Normal summon the Despot 001. Straight away, this gives me full Halley Firebrax combo. It gets impermed, which is fine. I kind of have to eat that one. So set the imperm, set the Soul Servant. Not imperm, Eternal Soul. Gusto is going to crash so that he can get the float going. It's like, okay, cool. Can have the float on this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that these games are brutally serious. This is just to show what the deck can do. The Plunder one shows it a little bit better as well at a more competitive level, but this is just good to kind of warm you guys up. So the best thing about Halley Firebrax is you can tag out into the Coral Dragon during your opponent's main phase 2. What does that mean? That means that if you normal summon a Rod the next turn, you can Synchro into a level 9 and start breaking boards. So I activate the Soul Servant to stack the Magician's Rod, and then draw into the Rod, because it's my turn. Normal summon the Rod, get the Dark Magic Circle, activate the circle, gets hit with a Cyclone. It's like, okay, that sucks a little bit. Doesn't make too much of a difference, because what I can do is discard Dark Magician. So he's activating the Hop-Ear Squadron. So I've discarded the Coral off, discarded Dark Magician off the Coral, because I've got Eternal Soul to bring it back, to try and pop the Synchro. He's going to chain and go into Crystal Wing. It's like, okay, cool, my opponent's got a Monster Negate on board. I then go into the Crocosaur with the Coral Dragon, which lets me draw 2. The O-line kind of sucks right now, but it's not the end of the world because I've got Eternal Soul and Vishuda. So the way this works, this is where it gets really cool, is activate Eternal Soul, bring back Dark Magician. Trigger Satellite Synchron in the hand. So if a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, except during the damage step, special summon this card from the hand. Nice. Then what I can do is banish the Vishuda to bounce the Crystal Wing. He's going to be forced to negate that. I go, okay, fine. Go into Vermilion Dragon Mech. Vermilion Dragon Mech, banish Coral Dragon from the graveyard to pop the Crystal Wing. Cool. And then I'm going to overlay into VFD. Now, VFD is the most oppressive rank 9 around right now. Probably one of the most oppressive cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's the best one to play. Set the Call by the Grave, pass to my opponent's turn, and pretty much sit on VFD for this turn. I then still have Eternal Soul plays to go off of as well, which allows me to extend even further. So Eternal Soul in the end phase, bring back Dark Magician. Top deck the tuning, broken. Why is that broken? You're about to find out. So excavate the Ash, which is fine. Banish the Soul Servant to draw 1. Again, this works out brilliantly. All I've got to do is get these cards to the graveyard. So normal summon the Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron and Dark Magician go into the Borreload Savage Dragon, which then gets the Halley Firebrax to give it 2 counters. I can then use Jet Synchron's effect, discarding the Vishuda. I then bring back the Dark Magician with Eternal Soul. I can then banish the Vishuda to bounce the Gusto so that it doesn't float anymore. Switch VFD to attack, and boom, that is game. Now, the next one, Plunder Patrols, is going to be more exciting. That just kind of showed you how you can make the synchros even without going through the full jet combo. So, my opponent didn't open up well. He's gone into Whitebeard. I opened up the Vishuda. I've opened up into Souls. Now, my Souls is going to send the Dark Magician, and I'm debating whether I want to bring it back or not. I choose to bring back the Dark Magician. Now, I still have the normal summon. I've got the special summon of Satellite Synchron because a monster came back from the graveyard. This is going to give me the ability, so I synchro both of those together for the Crocosaur. The Croc is going to let me draw 1, it gets hit with the Ash. I then have the ability to banish the Vishuda to bounce the Morik. Morik is then going to chain his effect to get rid of the Crocosaur so I don't have a level 9 on board. It happens, that is what it is. Keep in mind, I have not normal summoned yet. So, I've got the normal summon of Rod or the normal summon of Jet Synchron. I decide to go with the normal summon of Jet, turn Jet into Link Karibo. Link Karibo brings back Jet's effect, discarding Dark Magician brings itself back. Banish Jet, Link Karibo into Halley Firebrax, gets met with a Veiler. Fine, it happens. But, remember what you saw in the Gusto game? That's exactly what I can do right now. My opponent has no resource, I'm going to attack for 4k. Dealing half damage, and then my opponent's going to draw, okay? They, again, didn't do a lot, but that's fine. Crystal and Halley Firebrax, tag into Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon, normal summon Rod. Rod's effect, search Circle, activate Circle, hope I excavate something good. And I excavate the Eternal Soul. I can use Coral Dragon's effect if I want to pop that face down. Oh, here we go. I'm just trying to fix. So this is me fixing the extra deck because it makes quite a bit of importance because I'm about to get rid of the Coral Dragon to get the draw. So my draw would have been the Call by the Grave that I stacked, and a Circle, I think, was the other one. So Vermilion Dragon Mech. I can then use Vermilion Dragon Mech to banish to pop the face down, and then we go into game 2. Now the third game, we'll go through game 2 first. So this time my opponent goes first again. And he opens up a hell of a lot better. Definitely so much better. So he discards 1 to special summon the Golden Hair. I ash the Whitebeard, and then we kind of play from here. So Rod, so this is pure Dark Magician plays. Call by the Grave on the Ash. Get into the Circle. Circle gets hit with Booty, or Booty gets triggered. Makes my Magician's Rod a water, which is quite weird. But brings back Whitebeard. I then excavate the top 3 and whiff, sadly. Set 1, and I decide what I should have done here is I should have dropped the Apprentice to make sure my Dark Magician Rod didn't die. But instead I've crashed it. So I crashed both of them. And it just kind of goes downhill from here, sadly. Shape-shipping, sending the blue one, bringing out the Whitebeard normal summon, and then he makes a bit of a misplay. He goes into... he made the play correct first. He went into... he couldn't go into that because they were both tuners. Goes into a hard summon of Morik, which is interesting. Makes Salvage, which is broken. Bring back 2 really good Plunder Patrols. Passes to me. Monster Reborn and Apprentice is good because I can bring back the Dark Magician. What I should have done here is I probably should have banished the the booty. But he tried to chain Booty's effect. I chained Imperm to turn off the Booty. Bring back Dark Magician, use Circle to banish the Moric. I probably should have banished the face down. Sorry, the Booty. Swing in for 45, and then he just kind of goes off from here. So Shipyard, search out the Redbeard, Whitebeard's effect to bring out Golden Hair, special summon the blue, and now he goes into the Dragite, but he can't go into the Dragite because he used Whitebeard's effect. So we correct this in a minute, don't worry. And he goes into the Brawn. Brawn can then discard to deal with the Circle, which gets banished. Sad days. And then these are just crazy power. So Brawn gives other Plunders an extra 500. The Field Spell gives both of them a K. So his Whitebeard was on like 3k, his Brawn was on 35. It was like, okay, broken. So I take a lot of damage, set the Eternal Soul, and then phase he Cycloned it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing through that. And he's got 65 on board, and then all he needs to do is activate Booty to bring it back. Anyway, this one shows off the full combo, so I get to go first. I've opened up the nuts, like literally the nuts. So I play Souls to try and bait out an Ash or anything like that, and my opponent just can't really do anything. So I take the draw, get into Rob, which is the one you don't want, but then I've got Jet Synchron, which lets me do pretty much full combo. So Hadi Firebrax into Aurora Dawn, triple tokens, bring back Despot, tribute off the Aurora Dawn and a token to bring out O-Line, O-Line and a token to go into Garden Maid, O-Line will give me back a token, Despot and Garden Maid into Coral Dragon, Coral and a token into Crocosaur, draw 2, Monster Reborn and Dark Magic Circle. Beautiful. Banish Maiden, bring back Coral. Coral and the final token go into VFD. Or, well, Vermilion Dragon Mech, then VFD. And then I've just got so much more from here. So this is where it gets broken, because I go Circle and Whiff. It goes, okay, cool. Alright, I guess I'll do it this way. It's going to do it harder route, people. Monster Reborn, bring back Dark Magician. Ditch Dark Magician to bring back the Jet Synchron, because I didn't have to use his effect. Broken. Absolutely broken, because I opened up Souls plus a normal summon of that. Allow me to get into a free negate of Savage. Beautiful. If I want to, I can go for the Apprentice, but I choose not to. VFD, call my opponent underwater. He pretty much can't do an awful lot here, but it kind of shuts him down enough as it is. Normal summon the top deck the Jet Synchron, which is fine. I trigger this to stop the water effect because he tried to chain Whitebeard's effect. He chains Booty, and I negate it with Savage. Normal summon Rod. I think I add Soul Servant, yeah. So add the Soul Servant, and what makes this insanely good is I can go Soul Servant, stack my deck to Magician's Souls, banish the Soul Servant to draw the Magician's Souls, send Dark Magician with Magician's Souls to special summon it back. That then triggers Circle. Now, I couldn't target the Whitebeard, so I had to target the Emblem and banish that, switch everything to attack, and pretty much I got game from here. But what I could have done from all of that is I could have used Apprentice to send Jet to the graveyard, and then linked some of these away to go into Selene. Selene could then bring back a Dark Magician. I can then discard the Dark Magician in my hand for the Jet and make Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, if you want to go a little bit more. So it just kind of shows you what else you can do with the deck. So it's not the most Dark Magician deck around, but like I keep trying to explain in the profile, and if you haven't seen the full profile, go check that out. You'll get the full explanations of everything there. This is a different deck. This is all about being competitive. If I need to compete against Eldritch, Autogeist, Adamantium, you need to be able to play the engine. And the deck can play the engine very, very well. The only times it ever clashes, and massively clashes, is if you open up Jet and Rod. And that's when you're like, Jet's the better option, let's go for it. The only time it sucks and the combo breaks is if you open up O-Line. If you open up O-Line, you can still do the combos like you saw in the Gusto matchup, where you're still able to make the level 9 synchros, and you're still able to make level 8 synchros just by using the Jets. It stacks up your graveyard with Dark Magician for Eternal Souls. The Jets can cycle itself around, gives you access to 4s, 8s, and 9s. And what I really like, which is a card I only put in at last minute, was the Satellite Synchron, because it's like, okay, Eternal Soul, special summon it, straight to the Crocosaur, draw 1 card, discard 2 if I want to pop it back row, or go into Vermilion, banish a tuner, pop a card. So it gives you so much more to play with, and it's a very, very powerful take on the deck, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope these replays kind of just did exactly what I've kind of explained and what I want to try and show is not so much its competitive nature of how it's battling everyone, but these are just a short few just to show you how the combo can go off, how it can go first, how it can go second, how it breaks boards, and its fragilities as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. I will try and get more of these done for you as well. We've got such a busy week coming up. I'll try and get as many as I can for you. Until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling.